Well, alrighty. Yo, what's up? My name's Patrouski, and we have some insane stuff to talk about today. Some crazy PvP changes coming from one of the tier council members. It's midnight as I'm recording this, but it's too crazy. I wanted to talk about it, and it's nuts. Let's just get into it. I'll stop saying adjectives. Lumiere says, "Hello, everyone. In the next game update, you can take this update seriously. It's what's the word? Pinned by the developers. If we scroll up, I can show you. It is pinned on the forums. The little star means it's featured, it's pinned, so that means it is serious. It means the devs do back it. That's very important. And he is in the tier council, as you can see here. And he'll give us some updates coming up on PvP changes. Hello, everyone. The next in-game update will feature a wide list of changes for PvP players. This will include a general balancing patch for move pools for some species and letting things nerfed in the past come back with their real power to us. Spoiler, Hydreigon. Also spoiler, Shell Smash Torterra is here. Let's continue on and go step by step. Generation 9-2 Teal Masks update. This was the DLC for Scarlet and Violet. He'll talk about that. With the introduction of Gen 9-2 Teal Mask DLC, move pools and abilities for some species have been updated in some way or another. So we have the pleasure to announce that this stuff will reach our PvP scene with the next in-game update. Wow, that was fast. The changes are important and it will impact our metagame, so we have to take note of the most significant ones. About abilities, Piplup line second ability is now competitive. Empoleon gaining access to competitive will be really interesting. Maybe even Eviolite Prinplup. I always keep an eye on those middle evolution starter Pokemon in NU and stuff like that. Like I know Servine, for example, when Superior got access to Contrary, it got moved up from NU all the way to like top of OU tier. And Servine, the middle evolution with Contrary, is actually still a relevant NU threat, which is pretty interesting. So moving on, Shiftry's second ability is Wind Rider. Yes, giving my boy Shiftry some usage. When a Pokemon with Wind Rider is hit by a wind move, or when Tailwind takes effect, its attack is increased by one stage, and the move will have no effect on that Pokemon. There's a huge list online for what is considered a wind move. It's a surprising amount of stuff. I know things like Blizzard are considered a wind move. I really recommend checking out that list in full, but I'm not going to do that in this video. Apologies. Moving on. These are move pool updates, and there's not that many, so we actually can go over them one by one. First things first, Alakazam getting access to Aura Sphere and Infernape, I guess. It's a special attacking 80 base power fighting move that's guaranteed to hit. No priority, anything like that. Do you run this over Focus Blast on Zam? I don't know if it like is a confirmed KO range for anything. I'm not sure. It's an NU Pokemon. Will people really run it? I kind of doubt it. Obviously, running Focus Blast sucks, but I feel like it's probably just better here. Baton Pass, not super relevant because it's not very good in PokeMMO. Calm Mind Tropius, not very relevant, but I love Tropius. Crab Hammer Gligar. Sure, I guess. Physical water coverage move for Gligar? Why not? That's hilarious. Gunk Shot Wheezing. Sure, probably not going to get used, but I mean, maybe. It's funny. Healing Wish Ninetales is legitimately super interesting. Also, Healing Wish coming to Ninetales now that it just got access to Drought semi-recently is even more interesting, giving it more utility and being able to let it set up as obviously the Drought Sunsetter and then letting it die with a huge purpose of Healing Wish. There's interesting Pokemon. Heat Crash, a lot of sun buffs, as we can see here. UU sun buffs even. Heat Crash Arcanine. Leech Life Arbok. Like, Arbok isn't like even remotely close to coming to the competitive scene or anything, but Leech Life is a really interesting move for it. Nightshade Clefable hopefully shouldn't do too much. Rock Blast Torterra is awesome. Shell Smash Torterra, there it is. Switcheroo Infernape. I don't know if it had access to Trick Room or Switcheroo or any other moves like that before. That might be relevant. It's pretty fast. I could see Infernape like, already being like a pretty decent lead. I'm not sure. That might be something out of my depth. Interesting. Gligar getting spikes is, I don't know if it already had spikes or not. It must not have, but that's pretty huge, honestly, for the NU tier. It's already like one of the top 3 most used Pokemon right now, I believe, in NU. It's at least top 5, if not top 3. Toxic Spikes. Hackturn, Gligar, Shiftry. So Shiftry getting the ability buff plus access to T-Spikes. And then Gligar getting access to Spikes. Gligar is going to be one of the only other Pokemon in PokeMMO, I believe, that has access to Spikes, Toxic Spikes, and Stealth Rocks. That's really interesting. One of the only other mons that can do that is Nidoqueen, from my understanding. All the elemental fangs on Gligar. Gligar getting a lot of stuff here. Tailwind for Shaman. That's kind of a cool little utility meme. Vacuum Wave. Now, this is the priority special attacking fighting type move, if I'm not mistaken. Empoleon, Gardevoir, Gold Duck. Gold Duck is cool. Mienshao. Samurott, Shiftry. Maybe it's physical. I'm not even sure. I couldn't tell you. Weatherball, Altaria, Dragonite, Empoleon, Lilligant, Shiftry. Shiftry, I think it's good. Lilligant is pretty interesting for NU. Quiver Dance, if we have any weather teams down there, it's kind of cool. Empoleon, Dragonite. I honestly couldn't tell you the impact of this directly. Will-O-Wisp, Shiftry, another nice utility move for the Pokemon. Haze on Ludicolo, Piloswine, Empoleon. Pretty cool updates all around. And here's one of the big ones. Reverse nerfs. Hydreigon lost a Draco Meteor forever ago. It's been so long. And let's read through what they say. Hydreigon, Draco Meteor. Back at the end of 2020, Draco Meteor was removed from Hydreigon because for those times, this nerf was required for the reintroduction of the Pokemon from Ubers to OU. As established in our tiering policy, if significant changes to the metagame have been implemented, these changes can be reversed through suspect test if deemed appropriate by the tier council. That being said, the tier council believes that this move can be tested and reintroduced to the game as there have been many significant changes, including important mechanics. Assault gear is a huge one. You'll be able to tank those Dracos much better, and hidden abilities that have been added to the game since it was banned. Hydreigon is going to go crazy. I'm so excited. Not that I don't think it's going to be broken or anything. I think it'll actually probably be fine, but I'm not a PvP expert. Probably go ask AFC Adino. Wink, wink. But I'm excited to see what it does to the economy. I'm a moneymaker. I'm a shiny hunter. I'm excited to see how many people are going to need those 1x31 and 2x31 special attack and speed Hydreigons now. If you're a moneymaker, this is why I constantly tell people, if you're a money-making guy, if you need to make Pokeyen, keep track of PvP changes. Being aware of these PvP changes is unbelievably crucial for money making. Understanding that people are going to be trying Shell Smash Torterra. People might want to go for Empoleon a lot more now. Maybe you see, what was the other Pokemon that was pretty big? Gligar go up in popularity, etc. Just like seeing Pokemon go up and going to breed them because their demand will go so much higher, right? Continuing on with the Hydreigon and everything. Yeah, so Hydreigon, keep an eye out for it, whether you play PvP, whether you're a moneymaker, whatever it may be. Next up is Glade. I used to always advocate for abusing breeding Glade. Can be really good Pokeyen. Glade has been one of the most centralizing topics in the OU metagame in our community in the last months. As we know, the introduction of its new ability Sharpness gave it a high scale increase in usage and utility, which culminated in the conclusion that it was too strong for our current metagame. The Pokemon had to be nerfed to be introduced from Ubers to OU from 1.5 to a 1.3 multiplier on the Sharpness ability to make it easier to control the threat this Pokemon causes. After a month of review on this Pokemon and its nerf, most of the tier council has come to the conclusion that the nerf massively affected Glade, which has restricted its use abysmally. It went from 18% usage down to 5 to 6%. The goal is to nerf. The goal of the nerf was to weaken the species as little as possible. Therefore, given the current usage, we're going to buff it to 1.4. There were some really good memes. There was one really good meme down here. 1.5 times Sharpness delayed, destroying the OU metagame, and then 1.4 times. I don't know why this was so funny to me. Just a good meme. Anyways, I think that's mostly everything. Just community discussion here and everything. Kind of cool. Crazy. I can't believe, I mean, I can believe it. Honestly, it makes sense. I don't think it's going to be super broken. Once again, maybe I'm wrong on that, the Hydreigon thing. It's crazy to see. Like, the number one thing when people come to PokeMMO and say, hey, are there any, like, custom changes or, like, what's different in PokeMMO compared to traditional Pokemon? One of the number one things I say is Garchomp can't learn Swords Dance, Hydreigon can't learn Draco Meteor. That is, like, two of those, you know, go-to things that I say to let people know, hey, this is a very different game, a very different metagame, PvP-wise, PVM-wise, etc., and I can't say the second part anymore. So that's crazy. That's interesting, and I'm glad I didn't make a video covering more stuff about that before that. Oh, what's up? Thanks for subbing. L1, I forgot to turn that off before recording, so apologies, but, you know, it's kind of cool. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully it was helpful. If it was, make sure to leave a like on it if it was interesting. Dislike if not. Subscribe to the channel for daily PokeMMO videos. Follow me on Twitch for streams Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET. Discord's down below for that. And if you want to go above and beyond and support the channel, there are financial links down below to do so. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I'm excited to see what happens in PvP in the coming months.